In the year 3058, the twin suns of Xiphran cast long crimson shadows across the gleaming spires of the capital city. 3 centuries had passed since the first Terran-aligned raiders, bolstered by the advanced technology of the Terras, had descended upon their peaceful homeworld. What began as skirmishes for resources had escalated into a full-blown war, a relentless assault on Xiphran's very existence. Ellara, with her fiery red hair unbound and flowing like a wild banner, stood on the command bridge of the Azure Blade, her flagship. Her twin sister, Lyra, was a stark contrast, her crimson locks meticulously braided, a sign of her calm and methodical nature. They were the latest in a long line of Xiphranian warrior women, gifted with the sight, a genetic anomaly unique to their lineage, allowing them to glimpse fragments of the future. The Terrasian fleet is making its final approach, Ellara. Lyra's voice was steady, even as the bridge began to hum with the growing energy of an impending warp jump. Their half-human allies are already deploying ground troops on the northern continent. Ellara's gaze was fixed on the holographic star map, showing the encroaching enemy. She saw a flash, a chaotic swirl of green and blue, the destruction of a Xiphranian defense platform. I know, Lyra. I've seen it. But I've also seen a path, a narrow one, to victory. 300 years ago, their great-grandmother, a formidable warrior known as Kaelin, had rallied the Xiphranian forces, pushing back the initial Terran incursions. Kaelin had foreseen the Terras' interest in the rare mineral solarium, abundant beneath Xiphan's surface, a mineral critical to the Terras' unique bioweaponry. Kaelin had also foreseen the rise of the twins, Ellara and Lyra, as the ultimate protectors of Xiphran. Lyra walked over to Ellara, her hand gently resting on her armored shoulder. The Taurus are desperate for solarium. They believe it's the key to their dominance in this sector, but we know better. It's their weakness. Ellara nodded. Their sight had shown them not just the future, but the intricate web of cause and effect. The Terras' reliance on solarium made them predictable, their strategies centered around acquiring it at any cost. Engage defensive protocols, all sectors, Ellara commanded, her voice ringing with authority. Prepare for full-scale planetary assault. Lyra, coordinate the ground defenses. Focus on delaying the half-human raiders. We need time. As the Azure Blade hurtled through the void, Xiphran's defenses flared to life, a dazzling display of energy shields and turrets. The first wave of Terrasian cruisers met them, their sleek, dark hulls contrasting sharply with the vibrant Xiphranian ships. On the ground, Lyra, clad in her silver and black battle armor, led a detachment of elite Xiphranian warriors. The half-human raiders were brutal, their movements a disturbing blend of human agility and Terrasian-enhanced strength. Lyra's sight flickered, showing her the trajectories of incoming plasma bolts, the most vulnerable points in the raiders' armor. She moved with fluid grace, deflecting attacks and striking with lethal precision. "Hold the line," Lyra shouted, her energy blade humming as it carved through a raider's defenses. "Their advance is a diversion. They seek to draw our forces away from the solarium mines." Meanwhile, in orbit, Ellara navigated the Azure Blade through a storm of enemy fire. Her sight was a tempest of fragmented images. Explosions, daring maneuvers, the faint outline of a Terrasian super dreadnought, its solarium-powered weapon charging. "That's it," Ellara breathed, a chilling realization dawning on her. The super dreadnought isn't targeting the capital, it's going for the orbital solarium processing plant. They want to cut off our supply, destabilize our shields. A frantic message crackled through the comms. "Admiral Ellara, The Terrasian dreadnought is locking onto the processing plant. Our defenses are failing. Redirect all available power to forward shields, Ellara ordered. Ramming speed. We intercept that dreadnought before it fires. A collective gasp went through the bridge crew. Ramming a Terrasian super dreadnought was a suicide mission. But Ellara's eyes, blazing with conviction, left no room for doubt. She had seen this moment, this desperate gambit in her visions. As the Azure Blade surged forward, a brilliant crimson streak against the blackness of space, Lyra felt a cold dread settle in her stomach, her sister's audacious plan. She had seen glimpses of it too, but never the full picture. "Ellara, no!" Lyra cried into her comms. "The processing plant is a decoy. I see it now. The dreadnought is drawing you in. They have a secondary objective." But Ellara was already committed. The Azure Blade slammed into the dreadnought's shield, a titanic explosion rocking both ships. The Xiphranian vessel, though heavily damaged, had successfully prevented the super dreadnought from firing its devastating weapon at the processing plant. However, just as Lyra had foreseen, the dreadnought's true objective became clear. From its underbelly, a swarm of smaller, agile Terrasian boarding pods launched, hurtling towards Xiphran's surface, bypassing the damaged orbital defenses. "They're targeting the Grand Solarium Vault," Lyra exclaimed, her voice filled with urgency. "Ellara, they're going for our primary solarium reserves." Ellara, reeling from the impact, gritted her teeth. Her sight had been clouded by the immediate threat to the processing plant. She had missed this crucial detail. The Terries were playing a far more intricate game than she had anticipated. "Lyra, hold them off!" Ellara's voice was strained, but resolute. "I'm sending the remaining fleet to support you. We will not let them have it." On Xiphran, Lyra raced towards the Grand Solarium Vault, a massive subterranean complex beneath the capital. The half-human raiders, now bolstered by Terrasian ground troops, were pouring into the city. Lyra fought with a ferocity born of desperation, her blade a blur of silver. Her visions were no longer fragmented. They were a torrent of possibilities, each decision point leading to a different future. "They're breaching the outer defenses," a Xiphranian soldier cried. Lyra saw it, a massive Terrasian drill, powered by solarium, burrowing through the reinforced entrance of the vault. This was it, the culmination of 3 centuries of war. Just then, a flash of red streaked across the sky. The Azure Blade, battered but not broken, descended, firing its remaining weapons at the ground forces. Ellara, having stabilized her ship, had brought the fight directly to the enemy. Ellara's voice, now amplified across the battlefield, echoed with unwavering resolve. "Xiphranians, this is our home. For 300 years we have defended it. We will not surrender now." Lyra, seeing her sister's ship, felt a surge of renewed hope. Together, their visions intertwined, their strengths complementing each other. Lyra's tactical brilliance combined with Ellara's audacious courage. "Admiral Ellara, target the Terrasian drill's power conduits," Lyra shouted into her comms, her sight showing her the precise weak points. "Without the drill, they cannot access the main vault." Ellara, still shaking from the impact with the dreadnought, aimed the Azure Blade's remaining energy cannons. A series of precise blasts crippled the massive drill, causing it to sputter and collapse. But the battle was far from over. The Terrasian ground forces, realizing their primary objective was thwarted, redoubled their efforts. now focused on overwhelming the Xiphranian defenders. Lyra, the half-human raiders. Ellara's voice crackled. They're converging on your position. There's a Terrasian commander among them, controlling their movements. Lyra's eyes narrowed. She saw him. A towering half-human, his cybernetic enhancements glowing an ominous red. He was directing the raiders with chilling efficiency. Her sight showed her the commander's vulnerability, a small, unprotected power cell on his back. "I see him," Lyra confirmed. "I'll engage the commander. The rest of you hold the line." Lyra charged, weaving through the chaos of battle, her energy blade a testament to her mastery. The half-human commander was a formidable opponent, his movements swift and brutal. But Lyra, guided by her visions, anticipated his every move, dodging and parrying with effortless grace. Finally, a window of opportunity presented itself. As the commander lunged, Lyra ducked beneath his arm, driving her blade into the exposed power cell. With a shriek of sparking machinery, the commander collapsed. His fall sent a ripple of disarray through the half-human raiders. Seeing their leader defeated, their cohesion shattered. Above, Ellara continued to provide aerial support, her ship a beacon of defiance. She saw the Terrasian fleet, their dreadnoughts still crippled, beginning to withdraw. The unexpected resistance, the destruction of their drill, the defeat of their ground commander. It was too much. They're retreating. A Xiphranian officer exclaimed on Ellara's bridge. The Terrasian fleet is jumping to warp. A collective cheer erupted, but Ellara remained focused. Her sight, though still flickering with the aftermath of battle, showed her a glimpse of the future. The Taras would return. But this victory, this hard-won reprieve, had bought Xiphren time. On the ground, Lyra watched as the last of the half-human raiders either surrendered or fled. The capital, though scarred, still stood. The Grand Solarium Vault was secure. Ellara brought the Azure Blade in for a careful landing amidst the rubble. As the ramp lowered, Lyra was there, her face smudged with dirt but her eyes bright with triumph. "You took quite a risk, sister," Lyra said, a hint of a smile gracing her lips. Ellara grinned, her fiery hair still wild. "And you held the line as always. Our ancestors would be proud." They stood side by side, surveying the battlefield. The war was far from over. The Taras would regroup, and their half-human allies would be back. But for now, Xiphren had endured. And the two sisters, their shared sight a testament to their unbreakable bond, knew that as long as they stood together, their homeworld would never fall. For 300 years, their family had defended Xiphren, and for 300 more, they would continue to fight for its future.